And what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Just getting the stream going, streaming and stuff. Something like that. We're streaming some stuff with Gonzilla. Alright, let's get into it, folks. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. So, we have Kash Patel potentially lying under oath in front of Congress. Should he be burnt down? Should Dan Bongino be burnt down? Should the entire administration be burnt down? Because Trump basically said that he wanted to protect his friends. Well, we all have those bad friends. We all have those friends that we shouldn't be friends with, that we tend to basically say, hey, that's just the way they are, they do those kinds of things, and but they're cool on for this, but they're terrible at this. I've had those kinds of friends. Everybody has had. We make excuses for them because we like them in certain ways, but for the most part, they're garbage human beings, and you probably should not let them drag you down. Well, in this case, some of Trump's friends were PFs and TOR people. You can see that for what it is, but they were very wealthy people, very bored, nothing else to do. Why don't we PF? Why don't we get some pizza? Why don't we do this? Why don't we spirit this? Like, instead of spirit Halloween, why don't we do things? Why don't we have our eyes wide shut when they should be wide open? That is the least people that you want to associate yourself with. Because eventually they will bring you down. And one day you will be president, right? You'll be president one day. And whether you're a CEO of a company or the manager, a boss, or run a company, one of these days, your friends will catch up with you. Your past will haunt you. And you will be like blindsided, because you'll be like, well, they were cool for this, but they just weren't cool. And and I think that is the problem that Trump is experiencing, even though he was supposedly the one who turned him in. This is deep cover. Basically, he was the secret agent man to turn in Epstein. He's a really bad guy. You should go get him. Yeah, I support this. Yes. He's a really bad man. Bad man, not a good man. Not a good man. Very bad man. That Jeffrey's very bad. Very bad Jeffrey. But the point is, has the damage already been done? Half the country wants to see Kash Patel's head on a spike. Half the country wants to see Trump's head on a spike. I think that should not happen. I think that if in fact they are guilty, they need to be exposed just like everybody else. Because as I said in the past, if I do a crime, I have to do the time. If these people do the crime, they got the lawyers to bail them out of the time. They get the house arrest. Epstein got the house arrest. Even though he bought 300 gallons of sulfuric acid right when the investigation started and shipped it to the island, which is very, very, very suspicious. Very suspicious, Jeffrey. Very, very suspicious. But, I'm just a dude with a microphone and a screaming goat. So, what do I know? It's all speculation. We're all just telling jokes and just hanging out. We don't know what really happened. But we do know that the sheriff came forward and said Trump was the only one who spoke out against Jeffrey. Very bad, Jeffrey. Not thorough. Very, 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 very bad. And he called many other people, and they wouldn't say a word because they were probably on the secret island while Trump was being a secret agent man, secret agent man. And it comes down to is this: you cannot put these people on a pedestal. You cannot put a president on a pedestal. You can vote in a president, you can wish him well, but he is there just like anybody else to do a job. If a CEO falters, it brings down the company, he gets fired. Fired. And Trump has done a lot of good. He's blocked the Democratic Party from taking over the White House. I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm a very red-pilled / quasi not black-pilled American that lives in a blue but purple state. I like a little bit of everything. You know, you gotta mix it up. You can't be greedy about it. But Trump is a placeholder because he's a lame duck president at this point. He can't run. But what he has to do is maintain the status quo so possibly J.D. Vance has a chance to run. But if this Epstein thing drags on forever, which it will, because there's 3 million documents, he's mentioned all those times, yet they're bringing out this story that he's the one that exposed it all and he's exonerated from anything. We shall see. We shall see. Because Trump did have the beauty pageants. You know, Epstein was a part of human trafficking. Speculation. We don't know. We will never know because the real evidence will not be released because all of the names are redacted. That's why Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene are so important to all this, to get these people exposed. While Kash and this administration have been taking cover for these people. And these people need to be exposed. It is disgusting what we have to read as American people, and these names are blacked out. Yes, they might be amazing entrepreneurs and the titans of their industries and the lords of their realms and the lords of countries and princes and all this blah, 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 crap. But if you engage in that level of blackmail, that level of PFness, and any kind of PFness in the first place, if you like pizza that much, you need to be brought into court. But as the experts are all saying, because of all these files being exposed, it is muddying the jury pool. It is destroying cases against blacked out names. That's the thing. We don't know who these people are. We can only speculate. And that is why that may not be true, because the names aren't exposed except for a certain amount. Bill Gates wanted to get rid of poor people by extermination, eugenics, release the flies, release the viruses. That TED Talk is speaking volumes right now. It is speaking volumes. Let's look at it. TED Talk. Bill Gates. Let's do it. Mosquitoes. Oh, Bill Gates and mosquitoes. This is. I am going to. Oh. I don't know if this is being recorded. Let me check my stream first, peoples. And then. I don't have. Let's see. Streaming YouTube. Live streaming Cook Island. There we go. I got it now. All right. This is Bill Gates on TED Talk. Engage.
For example, there's more money put into baldness drugs than are put into malaria. Now, baldness it's a terrible thing.
Smug.
And rich men are afflicted. And so that's why that priority has been set. But malaria, even the million deaths a year caused by malaria greatly understate its impact. Over 200 million people at any one time are suffering from it.
I'm not sure if he says it in this part.
You can't get the economies in these areas going because it holds things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy, mosquitoes.
So experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
Yet he joked with Epstein about getting rid of poor people. And you can see right here how he is talking about weaponizing mosquitoes with vaccines. Let's go, Bill Gates. Population control. All right, invading Bill Gates COVID. Bill Gates invading 2.0. All right, let's see if this is it. All right, so. There's an ad. Skip ad. Teddy to talk. All right, so. All right, this is big. This is big.
Conditioning. People. We can make modern materials. All the batteries we make now.
All right, there is it.
I really only see 5 that. One is that the density of it, and compare that to the amount of electrical energy the world uses. And what I found is that all the batteries we make now could store less than 10 minutes of all the energy.
It's just crazy.
And so in fact,
that
we need a big breakthrough here.
He got a standing ovation.
A factor of 100 better than the approaches we have now. It's not impossible. We need at least 138. It is kind of a crazy idea. In fact, people had talked about it for a long time, but they could never simulate properly whether it would work or not. And so it's through the advent of modern supercomputers that now you can simulate and see that, yes, with the right materials approach, this looks like it would work. And there are various techniques that isn't that big of a deal. The fact is, it's that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. The next outbreak. Yes, here's COVID. We're not ready, TED Talk. Here. But you get the drift. You need to go watch Bill Gates talk about population control and this whole entire thing. It's crazy that he.
It's down in our basement, filled with cans of food. In 2 decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war.
This did not age well, did it?
Not missiles.
Did not age well. while he's talking to Epstein about creating such a virus.
Very little in a system to stop an epidemic. We're not ready for the next epidemic. Let's look at Ebola. I'm sure all of you know who would have gone hundreds of thousands of people and they prevented more infections. It was just luck. Science and technology. Do they understand about fuel and logistics? Taking advantage of the military. We need lots of advanced R&D in areas of vaccines.
And he was funding this.
There are
part of his group, the foundation, was linked up in funding.
Now, I don't have an exact budget for what this would cost, but I'm quite sure it's very modest.
The Wuhan lab. So is Pfizer. You can go look it up. Pfizer was a part of the research in the Wuhan labs. So is the Ukraine, because they had bioweapons labs all over that country. That's another reason why it's so important that Russia exposes this. Bioweapons. Nope. Bioweapon. Oh, it's not doing it. I do not want Gronk. Bioweapons labs Ukraine. There's no evidence yet. The Russians have found tons of evidence. Why nobody believes the Kremlin's bioweapons claims. Yes. No sign. Yet they found him. They have videos of it. Let's go on X. Let's go on X. You can go look this up yourselves. This is fun. Bioweapons labs Ukraine. Call it the last finals. Breaking: the Russian Defense Ministry has published documents obtained from employees Pentagon-funded bio laboratories in Ukraine. On January 24th, Health Ministry Ukraine instructed these bio to destroy deadly pathogens agents. So yes, it came out in 2022, people. Let's see. Bill Gates. Wuhan lab. I don't know how to spell Wuhan. Impeded global access to COVID vaccines. Yes. Here it is. The fun one. Just look at this. Scientists claim COVID virus contains a tiny chunk of DNA. Moderna 3 years before pandemic began. Yes. Because they're all wrapped up together. They're all friends. Epstein and him in the files are talking about this. You can go look this up. I'm not gonna. It's all there. You can all just go look it up. And maybe Trump is guilty. Maybe Trump is not guilty. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I already said that. But what we have to do is take this into consideration. Come on, people. Who is the person of the year here? Who is the fair person of the year? If that pep frog, I don't care. It's the conspiracy theorist. Yes, it is. Undisputed champion of the world, the conspiracy theorist. The person who questions it all. What is the conspiracy? It is two people coming together and plotting. What is a theorist? It's someone thinking of a theory. Undisputed champion of the world, conspiracy theorist. Let's get into this Zero Hedge article. I really like this. I'm so happy for this. Goes after dark money NGOs and people like George Soros. That is wanted for war crimes in multiple countries. Yes, our friend George Soros wanted, dead or alive. Crimes. Yes. Why boogeyman is for the heart. They're protecting him, don't worry. George Soros World has given away more than $32 billion. He's so nice. He's a boogeyman for the far right. Yes. Yes. He is wanted for war crimes. In France, boogeyman the hard right cited does not show funding for terrorism. Not terrorism, color revolutions. Yes. So I'm going to skip over this. Oh, I pressed something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's get out of this. Let's go to X. Because X will show articles. George Soros wanted for war crimes. And that's all you gotta do is click and then take the name, paste, war crimes. This could be cringeworthy, but I don't care. The moment George Soros openly admitted his role in the striking overthrow of Ukraine's government in 2014, they're toppling the Ukraine president. Yes. He used to be a person who would help round up the Jewish community in Germany. And he's shorted so many countries, caused so many economic hardships that have led to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people dying. You can go look it up. It's there. He is the ultimate NGO boogeyman. And he funds color revolutions all over the world. And this is very important because we do not want a color revolution in the United States. What is a color revolution? It's basically when they pay a bunch of protesters to go out and try to force the cops to basically shoot them so that they can play the victim. So it starts mass paranoia and craziness within the ranks of the militaries in these third world, second world countries. And Antifa and the Black Bloc are a prime example of entities that would help start such color revolution in the United States. This is a very good article by Zero Hedge. You can go look this up. And we are wondering why she's all of a sudden worth $30 million. Why is Ilhan Omar worth $30 million when she's only making $150,000, yet $13 billion has been laundered through her state? Makes you scratch your head. she's getting that nice kickback money. It's getting that nice kickback money. But what it comes down to also, people, is we have to hold these people's feet to the fire. Whether you like Trump, whether you like Kamala or Bill Clinton or like any of these people, they work for you. Don't be fanboys. Don't be some, cheerleader when they aren't cheering for you. Because these people work for you. You don't work for them. You blindly give them taxes. We voted them into power to do a job. Yet if they can't do it, they must be removed. And this Minneapolis supposed money laundering with Waltz and with Omar and the Somalis, we need to see some perp walks real quick. We need to see some Epstein perp walks. We need to see some names unredacted. We need Kash Patel to explain himself why he said that Epstein was basically trafficking people to himself. Why is Elaine Maxwell, trafficking people to herself? And we should not care if Trump's friends are getting hurt. We should not give, Trump's friends are getting hurt, but he blocked the entire thing. And about 20 years ago, he made a phone call to a sheriff and said, "You got that guy." But as I said in the beginning of the video, guilty by association. Because you do become your friends. The people that you surround yourself with, that is the energy that you're going to absorb. It's just like the classic example is like a smoker. If you're married to a smoker and you don't smoke, eventually you're going to start smoking. It's just statistically how it plays out. Okay. What is the percentage of non-smokers becoming smokers while dating a smoker? Let's see what comes up. There's a higher prevalence. Okay, here we go. Adolescents dating a smoker have a specifically higher presence of smoking compared to those with a non-smoking partner. I don't care about that. But the average especially non-smoker. That's a Match.com. Your smoking addiction might dating deal breaker. Yes. Did it come up? Adolescents dating a smoker have a higher prevalence of smoking. It's that way with adults too. It's not just kids. And it's always about the children. It's always about the children. Everything is for the children. The Ring cameras are for the dogs, but everything else is for the children, whether you like it or not. Because that is what's supposed to pull at your heartstrings, the children. We have to put tens of millions of dollars into these homeless shelters for the children. Not to stop homelessness, but to run a not-for-profit charity that collects 70% for their overhead and only gives 30% to actually helping homeless people, when really all they have to basically do is have the cops round up the drug dealers and start, community outreach with helping people finding jobs, and then mental health. Everything else, take the drug dealers off the streets. So if you're with someone, if you start dating someone who's doing meth, just like smoking, you're probably going to end up doing meth. Heroin, oh, just one hit, that's it, wow. Yes, it's guilty by association, folks. Guilty by association, and that might just be the catalyst for the Republicans losing the primaries, is because of this Epstein and Trump with his New York friends that he wants to protect, because they were all a bunch of PFs and they love pizza. Very sad. All right, guys, I am going to end this stream. We've been going on for a while. Got things to do. Puppies to pets. So much to do, so little time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful evening. See you on the next one. If you like what you see, smash that like button. Share the video. I'm back, baby. I took some time off, but I'm starting to get a little run for this. I'm starting to have a little fun. Views be damned. It's all about the message, and it's all about spreading that good word. Yep. All right.